We are live.
I'm here.
Here with your new hair.
Yeah, guys, I colored my hair pink today on a whim. Well, I wanted to do it last month, but we had a no spend January, so I couldn't spend any money on frivolous things like pink hair dye. So I did that today. I dyed my hair pink in the shower.
I think it turned out really nice.
I think it did too.
Actually.
It's semi-permanent, so it'll fade. It's good for now.
Well, welcome to another live Q&A day, eh?
Q&A day, eh? How do we see the chat?
I think it'll pop up.
Okay, someone type something on here so we can see if we can see the chat. Let's see. Oh, no. Top chat. Live chat. Top chat?
I think.
There it is.
There we
Hi.
go.
Thank you for loving my pink hair. We can see you now. Hey, hi. Hi. Hello. Hi.
Perfect.
Hi. Hi.
Good
Okay.
evening.
So we're going to hop right into Q&A, and we don't have many questions today from Instagram, so if you guys have any more, type them here, and if we don't answer them right away, we can only see 2 messages at a time. So if we don't answer them right away, type it again. All right, let's jump in.
All right. We're jumping right in here.
I keep looking at myself and being like a little bit thrown off that my hair is pink. Like
That's
it's
what I
odd
did
to
when
look
I
at
shaved
yourself.
all my hair off. Every time I looked in the mirror, I was like,
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, Ben buzzed his hair. 3 weeks ago or so?
I think it was like a month ago now.
Goes
Okay.
so fast.
First question. Where, North or South Austin, did you find so much land?
Well, we only have 3 acres,
Yeah, a little under 3 acres.
so we don't have that much anymore. But
Yeah, but we're north of Austin.
yes, North Austin. Do you plan on having more children or adopting anymore? We're not going to have any more children. And we
Made sure of that.
we might adopt in the future. We feel like we are done having kids, but we are open to God moving in our life. If He puts a child in our life, then we would be open to it. Or if Miller's birth mom got pregnant again, that's something that we would 100% do. So it's not a solid no for adopting again, but for now, our plate is full. What is about the cup runneth over?
Yeah.
The cup is spilling on the floor.
We're feeling very complete
Yes.
at this point.
We are feeling overwhelmed with our 4.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be a healthy dynamic to add another one at this point.
It would definitely have to be very clear that God is like, this is happening and
This
this
is
is
for
coming
you.
for me and this is for
Yeah.
you and you need to trust me in it because it would be a pretty scary thing, I think.
Yeah. How's your mom? So my mom had COVID at the same time I did, but it hit her a lot harder. But she's 100% better now, and she's dancing. She's a professional ballroom dancer, so she's back at the studio dancing.
Mhm.
Oh, they faded. I lost the last 2 questions. I don't know how to go back.
One of them was, like, are you close with Miller's bio family?
So Miller's birth mom and I, we got to spend 2 days in the hospital with her, and we got to form a relationship there, of course, but it's still a painful thing for her. Adoption is so hard on birth moms, and we communicate back and forth, but she's not ready to meet us and have a physical connection with Miller yet, but she does send us photos, and she checks in often, and so that's really nice. We do communicate, and if Miller has like a health issue come up, I can reach to her and be like, hey, does this run in your blood? Does this run in your family? So that's super helpful.
Very much so. Okay. Let's get through some of these. Do you like Texas?
Yes.
We love Texas.
We love Texas.
We're really
we love the
enjoying it.
sunshine.
Yes.
So wherever that takes us, we are open to it. But for now, we are loving Texas.
Absolutely. I go outside every day and just like stand in the sunshine or just lay down on the driveway.
My parents
just
are always
bask in it.
like, what's he doing? I'm like, he's soaking up the sun.
I love it. It's fantastic. And we've done a lot of like outside kind of stuff around here. We've really enjoyed our being, so it's great.
Ms. Miller's birth mom watch our channel? She does not. She actually doesn't even know we're on YouTube that I know of. So, no. We want to make sure that Miller gets to tell his story as he grows up and he gets to, I don't know, why doesn't she watch our channel? Well,
I don't even know if she knows
well,
about
it's a semi-open adoption, so she doesn't know our last name, and there's privacy in that as well.
So we haven't really talked about it.
Yeah, she doesn't know.
And yes, we are definitely going to visit Galveston. That was the one question that just came through. That is,
Well,
I don't know
yeah.
when. At some point, we will.
Yeah, I I don't know. I want to go to Galveston. I'm stuck on the Miller birth mom question, but in my head. But I want to go to Galveston, but I hear the water is really mucky. So then I'm like, well, then I might as well drive 3 hours more and be in Destin.
Well, yeah, no, Galveston I think is only like 3 or 4 hours away.
True.
Right?
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
we'll be there at some point. Okay.
Will we ever visit northern Minnesota? Probably not.
Don't have any plans to.
Yeah, no, probably not. Will you read that second
Oh, I
one
love
and
all
I'll answer
these.
the first one? Okay, did we name Miller Miller? Yes, Miller is my grandpa's name, and it is his grandpa and my uncle's son. It's a long, probably 10 generation name on my father's side. So Miller is a name that's really fond to our hearts, and each of our kids has a name that's in the family heritage. So we wanted to make sure Miller had one right in the front and a really strong, authoritative name because we just believe God's going to do really cool things for his life. So we talked about it with his birth mom when we were in the hospital, and she loved the name. So she actually was the one who originally put it on his birth certificate,
Yeah.
which I love.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to get through that other one, so we'll see if any other ones pop up. Okay.
Oh, wait, another one. Ready? We're going to ask.
This is exciting.
Okay, so we are on my phone right now because we're hoping the picture is better than the last one, so I only get 2 things at a time. Maybe if you pulled it up on actual YouTube, we could see the chat better. So one was, are we going to visit the Northwest? Is that what your question was? Write it again. Have you been? No, we have not been there. Green, Texas, dance hall. Oh, really? We'll have to go there. Massachusetts. Will you go? Well, Massachusetts. You know,
We're
guys,
definitely going to go to the Northeast at some point.
I
That's
really
one
wanna go
place
to
that
Maine.
we haven't been.
Yeah, I really want to. Oh, the Midwest.
I don't think I can.
That was not the Pacific Northwest.
I don't think I can pull it up on here.
So, we're gonna go to the Midwest. We'll probably fly.
That's at some point. Well, it's depending on where we go. If it's like northern Midwest, yeah, we probably fly.
Yeah.
I have some family in Wisconsin and Michigan, so I'm sure we'll end up there at some point. Somebody asked about our occupations. So I work in the appliance industry. I work for Whirlpool Corporation. I'm an account manager. So COVID has blessed us with allowing us to do a lot more remote kind of stuff.
We're around each other
Spend
all the time
a lot more
now.
time at home.
And I do YouTube and social media, which has been a huge blessing.
Yeah.
And now I get to know all you, which is cool.
And dye your hair pink and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Oh, well, this kind of goes along with it. Is all the work you have to do with Instagram and Facebook and YouTube worth the work?
I don't know if they can understand the question, but the question asked, is the work I do on social media worth the actual effort I put into it? And yes, it is. It pays for all of our travel and our clothes, let's say.
Yeah.
So it's great.
Yeah, it's fun. How are you feeling post-COVID?
Great. No, that's not true. So right now I feel great. But I've had days where I'm just exhausted or I have weird waves of nausea and like a really bad headache. So I think COVID has still kind of like it's kind of still got me a little bit.
Yeah, you still like you're a go kind of person, and I think COVID really took it out of your ability to like continue to go.
Which made me mad.
So like every couple of days, all of a sudden you're just like done for.
Yeah, I'm like
down for the count.
I don't sit down in the day. I don't even sit down to eat usually. So I'm always doing something. Usually it's not very productive, but I'm usually doing something. And so when my body is like telling me I'm not allowed to do that or I can't, I get like irritated because I want to do it.
Do you have siblings?
Yes, I have one brother. He lives in Australia.
And yes, I have 2 brothers and a half sister and 3 other stepsisters and a stepbrother. I've got a big family.
3 other stepsisters. 2. Half sister.
Oh yeah, half sister and 2 other stepsisters.
He gave himself an extra sibling.
Can't keep track.
But it's
There's
great.
Too many.
I always wanted a big family, so his family is perfect for that. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Okay, so someone just asked where our favorite place where we went RVing was, and for me, 100% the Keys. 1,000%. My heart belongs to the beach forever and always. The Keys.
Yes, for
Was
sure.
that for you too?
I think so. I think a lot of different places in kind of the southeast, like Florida, and we
Oh,
love South Carolina.
Yeah. We
And
want to go up the coast a bit more because we had to stop because Ben's grandma got sick.
yeah. We started traveling at the end of 2017. So
Yeah. Before that, we hadn't even traveled really at all with our family. We had gone to
Yeah.
No, we went to Texas and Boston and just normal people travel.
yeah, right.
Will we visit
Okay.
Calgary?
Calgary, in Canada?
Probably. Probably.
Well, probably. We actually almost went there when we went to Banff.
Yeah, and we're gonna go. If we go to Banff again, we'll probably go up. We'll go up through Washington, then come down through Calgary.
I think we should time it next time so we can go to the rodeo in Calgary when we
Yeah.
go to Banff. I think that'd be really fun.
Yes.
I would love that.
Banff is actually, you know what? If I would say my favorite place to RV, the Keys and then Banff. Banff
Banff was amazing.
blew my mind. Just so beautiful. Okay, Orange Beach, Alabama, the best beach ever.
Oh.
You are, unless you're the same person that's messaged me, so many people have told me that the beaches in Alabama, which is
All right.
closer than
I
Florida.
like it.
Except right now it's cold.
Um,
And I want to go to Maine and eat all the lobster.
Somebody said you need to do your YouTube intro dance during live Q&As.
Okay, I don't know. I feel like I dance all the time.
I don't even know what dance that is.
I don't either. I'll have to
but-
rewatch the intro. I just have so many. I got so many moves.
You got so many moves.
I get them from my mama.
Endless moves. Speaking of which, how's your mom doing?
I already answered that one.
Oh, okay. How are the kids liking attending public school?
So we were really nervous about the kids attending public school because last year they had only gone for 2 weeks until COVID hit. We put them in public school after Australia, and then COVID hit, and then we homeschooled again, which was a huge bummer. And Wesley hated school last year. During
Well,
those
he
2
wasn't
weeks.
used to it yet. It was like 2 weeks of a
Yeah.
brand new environment.
And starting in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
And he just hated it. He hated going to school every day. He hated it. Want to read that question?
But now
So now we had the winter break, like for Christmas, and Wesley got off the bus and he was so upset, and it was so cute. He was so upset, and he like comes to the door. I thought like he got bullied on the bus
yeah.
or something. And he's like, I'm just so upset. I was like, honey, what's wrong? Why are you upset? I don't want to not go to school for 2.5 weeks. I love school. So they all started crying, all three of them, because they
All three
didn't
of
want to
them
miss
love it.
school for 2 weeks because of Christmas break. I was like, all right, this is good. Like they love school.
Yeah.
So thankful for that.
they really do. How is Miller's health doing?
Miller is doing well with his health. If you have followed us for years, you know we went through a phase with Miller where his lymph nodes were swelling up, and his whole side of his face were swollen, his jaw was swollen, his armpits were swollen, and I'm talking like baseballs. And it was really scary. We actually
Not like baseballs.
his face one?
It was. Oh yeah, he did have like one side of his face, but the one back here wasn't. I was thinking of this one.
No, that was like a golf ball. But the one where his face looked like
Yeah.
um
I got this visual of like the back of his head, like behind his ear, with a baseball.
do you remember that though when his ear was like, whoa?
Yeah, it was scary.
Anyway, we took him to Seattle Children's Hospital,
Mhm.
and they're like, well, we just need to prepare you that he probably has lymphoma. And we were both like, we were freaking out because just 6 months before that, Lawson had some seizures, and they told us he had epilepsy. And then and for Lawson, they do all these tests and everything, and then turns out it's nothing. And then for Miller, they did all these tests and all these things, and it turns out it's nothing. And what I've decided, so Miller's lymph nodes went down. They were going to do a biopsy, but then they shrunk too much. And they said, well, when they come back, because they will come back, we'll do a biopsy. And then his lymph nodes have never swollen since. So what I'm going to say it is just God's hand in healing over my children. And I am not going to fight the doctors telling me that they're perfectly fine because we've had no other symptoms. So health-wise right now, we are in a really good place, and we're so thankful.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Are the scorpions all gone?
I'll let you answer that one.
So it's funny timing that you asked that, actually, because I found this big branch off of a tree a couple days ago, and I cut it all up and put it in the back of my truck to bring it back to our burn pile. And the kids were all coming with me back and forth, and I let them sit in the back of the pickup after I emptied it. And then-
He had swept it out. It was emptied.
yeah, and
He
then
didn't put it back there with logs. That's what I
Right. Yeah,
thought.
it was all emptied out, and then I let the kids get in there so we can drive back to the house. And our last time doing that, Autumn all of a sudden starts screaming, and a little scorpion was hiding like up in the corner
Hanging on her
of
finger.
the truck bed. So Autumn got stung on her thumb
Yeah.
the other day.
And
So
she was like flinging it around.
yeah, it was no
It was
fun.
not good.
It was no fun.
But
and I know the pain that thing is, and that's bad. It's no fun.
no, that was not good. She was braver than you, though. She was.
Probably.
She
I
was.
was in a lot of pain. when
Ben
that
dropped
happened.
all the words that he knows, and Autumn was like, ow, ow. Ben
She
was
just
hopping
doesn't know the
around.
words.
Yeah.
She probably would have.
She probably would. I'm glad she doesn't.
Do the kids like traveling? Yes, yeah, they like traveling. Sometimes they're like, "Oh, I don't want to go," and then as soon as we get there, we were talking about this last weekend when
Yeah.
we were out.
When it was a disaster.
It was a disaster,
Tune in this
but
Sunday.
the kids were having such a good time, and a couple of them before we went were like, "Oh, I don't want to go. I want to stay home," and then they
No,
get
it's just
there.
Autumn.
Yeah, I guess it was mostly just Autumn.
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
usually Autumn. Autumn doesn't even like to go to the grocery store with me. She's usually like, I don't want to go. I just want to stay home.
Yeah, she really likes being at home.
And then we get in the car and she's like, this is the best day ever.
Yeah,
So we know
so
we just
they're all
need to
having a
get
good
her out of the house and then she's fine. Do
It's
you
good.
both drive the RV now? We've talked about me driving the RV. I didn't drive the other one when we full-timed around the whole country. I never drove the RV.
Not once.
But I don't even feel confident driving his truck. Like I'm not, I mean, I do drive it. It's my daily
You drive
driver.
it regularly,
Yeah,
but
it's my daily
more
driver.
your truck than mine. But yeah, no. We've talked about we've talked about her driving the RV a couple times, and just never really. I don't know.
I also
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
We really only talk about it because it's like it would be good for you to know how to do it in
Yeah.
case there's an emergency and I can't drive.
Yeah, but I'll call an Uber.
Just ditch it.
Bye.
Don't care.
I fall asleep when I drive. So if I drive for more than 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and I'm by myself or it's quiet, I'll conk right out. I'll just fall asleep. So that's another reason why I don't drive. Even if we were driving to Seattle from where we used to live, it was an hour. And I couldn't drive by myself to pick him up from the airport because I would fall asleep. So me driving a giant moving house down the road just doesn't feel super safe. Right?
Yeah, no, I'll drive. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it's for
No
you
problem.
guys. It's for your safety.
I have no problem.
Have you
with
two thought about going skydiving? Skydive in San Marcos. It's down the road.
that. Ooh, fun.
No.
I've done it before up in Washington, actually in Canada.
Wesley has made Ben swear that as soon as he's old enough, he's going to take him skydiving.
It's gonna happen.
But no, I don't like heights.
Becca's not super
If
interested.
I like most things, but heights. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I don't do heights. I couldn't even stand like on a ledge and look down. I have nightmares about that. And people in movies when they're like on the side of a building, nope, no, can't do
Yeah,
it.
she seriously will cover her eyes on like anything like that.
Yeah, I mean if I got paid enough, I would, but it wouldn't be something I would do for fun.
Okay, let's keep moving here.
Okay.
How many houses in Texas did you look at before you put it in an offer? Or is this the one and only?
So, I don't like the landing part of skydiving. Yeah, I wouldn't like any of it. Landing, jumping.
I didn't like the part where they pulled the parachute. That was painful. Just kidding.
Was it?
Just saying. Yeah. It was
Tight.
Yeah. It like jolts you. It's not comfortable.
Yeah,
It's cool. It's worth it, but
That's funny. I hadn't heard that before. What was the question?
we looked at a lot of houses in
Oh.
Texas over the last year, over the years. Becca's always kind of looking at real estate all over the place. Even since we've moved here, she's always looking at real estate. Just it's kind of like in her blood, I feel like.
My parents are military kids, so they moved. My dad never went to school his entire growing up more than just a year.
He didn't go to school.
A single school. He switched schools that often, so he has moving in his blood. My mom lived in the Philippines and all over because she was a military brat as well. And then growing up, we moved every 4 years just for investment purposes. And my parents are military kids, so they're just used to moving. So therefore, I'm used to moving. So I'm always looking at real estate. Life is an adventure, and I don't want to be planted in one place forever.
Yeah.
And you
People-
kind of feel that now too.
I think maybe even on one of our more recent lives or a Q&A day, it was like, oh, what's your 5-year goal plan or something like that. And we're like, we don't know where we're going to be next year.
I'm trying to convince him to apply for a job in Italy right now, guys. Like, who knows?
Oh my gosh.
Actually, no, you said that to me. Ben, the other day we were driving, RVing, and Ben was like, oh, there's a job availability in Italy. And I was like, what? Italy?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said
And now I've been like Googling all the Italy houses. So who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But for this one, it kind of just fell in our lap. We weren't even really planning on moving to Texas yet, and
Well, we had talked about it
anything.
continually for 10 years or so, and we had been always looking at houses. This one was perfect because my parents already lived here half the year,
Yeah.
and it has a guest house that we could buy that they could live in, so we could have family very close, and we could take care of their property when they're not here, or our property when they're not here. And yeah, but when we came down here to look at this house, I also drove around with my realtor and I looked at probably 40 houses just to make sure that
Right.
this was the right fit for our family, and it just was. What does Autumn say about your pink hair? I bet she thinks you're so cool. Thanks. So my hair,
So cool.
I know,
Becca.
no one ever says that. So this color is my natural color, and this color is like a highlighted color. So it clung really well to my highlighted color. We tried to do it to Autumn's hair, but her hair color is my natural. And now she just has like very soft pink hair. I did it to her too. 'Cause
Yeah, she
why
thought
not?
it was great. She wanted to do it too.
It doesn't really look pink though, but she thinks it looks pink, so that's all that matters.
How do you juggle it all?
We don't.
Good question.
We drop a lot of things.
We don't juggle it all. When we sometimes it feels like surviving, but but at the same time I feel like we've become very intentional over since we started FFP really.
Yeah.
We've decided to be very intentional with our life. So we're like, if it's not something that, is either a necessity, or if it's not something that's, really bringing us joy or,
Yeah.
or bringing us together, then we're just not going to do it. It's not going to be part of our life.
We've gotten really good at saying no. We say no more than we say yes to things, and so that's been super crucial to our happiness and the joy in our family and how we do juggle, because we just have less things
Oh man,
to juggle.
I wish I did.
Whoever said that last comment, say it again because we missed it. The
I wish I
last
didn't
one, say it
miss
again.
that one because it was something about me putting husbands to shame or something.
Oh, say that one again. Let's boost his ego.
Oh man.
Someone just asked if Miller's starting kindergarten next year. No, dear God, I wish, but he has another year at home.
Well, he'll be starting at the end of this fall, right?
No. Mm-mm.
No?
He's too young.
Oh.
He has to be 5
For preschool?
for kindergarten.
Oh, for kindergarten, right.
So he's going to start preschool this year. He's ready for school, though. He is smart. Are you still doing the hat giveaway, or did you give them all away? We gave 2 of them away. No, we gave 4 of them away, and they're being shipped this week, and we have a couple left, and we could do more. We could order more if you guys are interested, and we can just sell them to you at cost, how much it cost us to get them to you. So let us know if you guys want more hats.
They
are
do
pretty cool.
cost $500 each, though, so just be ready for that. Just kidding.
That's how much they cost.
Just kidding.
Can you imagine?
That was a funny joke.
It was so funny.
Describe your pregnancies.
Oh, my pregnancies. It's been forever. Okay, Autumn. Well, I was told that we weren't going to be able to have kids. We were told that really young, like 17, that I was not going to have babies. So we just kind of assumed that we'd adopt from the beginning. And then, lo and behold, we're pregnant 2 weeks later. There's Autumn. And I was in college. I just had a quarter left to finish my bachelor degree. But I had to walk to school every day because we lived downtown Seattle. And I got put on mandatory bed rest. So I had to lay in bed for about 6 months. And I wasn't even allowed to walk around my apartment. And it was rough because I was only 21. I was super young. 21, 22. 20 something.
22.
Young. I was young and in
think.
college. So her pregnancy was hard, really hard. They told me that I had miscarried her 5 or 6 times, 7 times, and which is obviously super traumatic for a mom, a young mom who'd never had any babies before and was told you'll never get pregnant again. So she's a huge blessing, of course, and she was born. And then soon after that, we're pregnant with Wesley when Autumn was only 3 months old. And that was intentional. We wanted to get pregnant just because we didn't know if we'd be able to get pregnant again. And you're most fertile after you have a baby. And to this day, I think God was just speaking on our life for making us that insane.
No kidding.
Because they
Yeah,
were
we think about that now, we're like, whoa.
crazy.
Whoa.
But their relationship is so precious.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they're as close in age as they are, because they're two peas in a pod. They hang out together and have fun together.
They're always like walking around together and arms over each other's shoulders. Like they're best buds, so we love that. And then it took us 3 years to get pregnant with Lawson. And we had a couple miscarriages in those years. Well, one miscarriage in those years. And then after that, we decided we're done having babies. And then we adopted Miller. And then, but with Wesley and Lawson, I was on modified bed rest for one of them. Okay, wait, here it is. Where Venom puts us husbands to shame. However, I suspect Becca is running the show. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm like what's the word I'm going to be looking for?
You're my supportive best friend.
Yeah, totally. But like I'm a very just like go with the flow kind of a person. Like I'm just happy kind of doing whatever.
He could literally eat spaghetti every night and think it's the best dinner of his life. Like,
yeah.
He's just the easiest guy.
And I could like stay where I am probably forever and just be fine with it because that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But Becca is always 110% and like going and for the next thing and always going.
Which is sometimes bad too.
Well,
I think
most
that's
of the time
why,
it's not.
That's why we're the perfect combination though, because I have all these wild ideas and he like is like, yes, let's do that. Or he's like,
I keep you in the clouds and don't let you go into outer space.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, that's what it is. He has realistic standards on what I want to do. And then he helps me make it happen because I'm really just a dreamer and then I'm not really a planner. And he is like the planner, the guy that makes it happen, the detail-oriented person. Like I'll get a contract for something and I'll be like, I don't know, can you read this and tell me what it says?
Yeah. So sometimes it's overwhelming for me, but that's also like when we do something like moving to Texas or something like that. No, actually that was more me than you this time.
Yeah.
But like RVing, all that and a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm always fearful at first because I'm not as good about change and stuff like that. But I'm so thankful to have her kind of, pushing me and pulling me along to the next best thing, the next exciting thing.
Thanks, babe.
Keeping me on my toes.
Like Australia? Like Hawaii this next month?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
That's my current thing that I'm working on.
And apparently Italy, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
You never know.
You never know.
You never know. Do you miss when the kids were little babies and toddlers?
Depends on the baby.
Yeah. I think in some instances, yes. You love baby snuggles.
I do.
Like,
I love that. Like that first year infancy where they like can't really get mad at you or they can't bite you or anything yet. They're just like sweet and innocent. And they just they're either hungry or they need their diaper changed.
Yeah.
Like they're just sweet. I love that. I love babies. But
that's why you fell in love with the cats so hard.
Yeah.
Because they snuggle you.
Yeah. But Autumn was a pretty hard baby. Looking back, I didn't know because she was my first. Wesley had really, really intense colic. So he didn't sleep for like 7 months and he cried. He never not cried. He cried all the time. Mm-hmm. And Lawson was so easy. So I would do like a Lawson baby again, like a super easy baby. And Miller also was so easy and
Miller
so
really
sweet. Oh, Miller was the easiest probably out of all of them. Gosh, he was so sweet.
He was just chill all the time.
And his face was so chubby.
Yeah.
He was so cute.
He was great. Okay. We're down, I think, to the last one. How was your last trip in the RV?
Last trip in the RV. You guys will see that on Sunday.
Yeah.
We're not going to give anything away.
All right.
But it was terrible.
Yeah, it didn't go very well.
Yeah.
We didn't make it through the whole weekend.
No.
Let's just put it that way.
It was not good. That question was, how did you guys grow your YouTube channel? You know what? I don't even know. It just has happened really organically. We've just put content out and people have watched it. And sometimes they haven't watched it and sometimes they have.
Yeah.
And with that, it's grown.
Yeah. I mean, you've tried to do things the right way when you're doing it.
Yeah, I definitely make sure that I've taken a couple well, I haven't taken a course. That's a lie. I listened to podcasts talking about like the algorithms and stuff like that, but I definitely wouldn't say that I'm any expert or my channel would be much bigger. But I'm not really looking for like growth numbers. I'm looking for a quality of content. Like I want community here. I don't need, I really don't, I don't want to say this in a like, I don't want hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers because there are dynamics that come with that that add negativity to your life. And with more followers becomes more negativity. And we're just kind of open to what God wants to do with the channel. That's where we're at with it.
Yeah, totally.
Do you guys get nervous about having people watch you on YouTube? No, we haven't been, but we also are really careful about what we put on our channel, more so now than we used to be. Just as the kids get older and respecting their privacy and making sure they're not in their like underwear or that they're covered or just little things, and we have them watch it to approve it because we want to make sure they're comfortable with it. So we watch it together and then we watch it separately just to make sure there's nothing in there that could be predatorial for people to be interested in. So that's super important to us because I think there's a lot of other channels that people could watch if they're in that predatorial mindset.
I think for me,
Is predatorial a word?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I think for me, like I still get a little bit timid sometimes when I'm filming like vlogging kind of stuff in public.
Oh
like
yeah, that
I'm
is scary.
If I'm walking into
like a mall or a store.
Yeah, or like if I'm walking into like an RV office, like a campground office, like with the camera and I'm talking to it as I walk in, like that kind of stuff. I'm still
I asked
kind
him
of
to
like,
do that the other day.
I'll still say no sometimes.
I asked you to do that. Then I was like, hey, can you just show like you checking in? And he's like, yeah, sure, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. And then I go to edit the footage, and he turns it off as he opens the door. He's like, no, I can't do it. And he turns it off.
I can't do it. Yeah, so sometimes. Oh, somebody asked when we met a while ago. Somebody asked
I think we said. I think we might have talked about it on our last Q&A. I think we did. So go check out our last Q&A video. What camera did we start? What camera did we start with? Our first 100 vlogs are with the
GoPro Hero 4.
Like if you go back and watch
Something
our
like
original footage.
Not even a Hero. It was a GoPro Silver 4 or something like that. It was what we had, or it was what we.
We weren't really planning on YouTubing. It was really just for family and friends, and then we just thought, hey, people are watching it. We can just we'll make helpful content for people who are doing the same thing. And we didn't really think much of it, so we're just using a little GoPro and just showing our family. And
there's a lot of people that use
their phone,
just whatever they have.
Yeah.
And
I think people oftentimes get really in their head about what equipment you need. Like right now we're filming on our phone. You can film on anything. We grew our audience to like 20,000 people on a little GoPro that cost us $100. You don't have to have. It
was refurbished.
Yeah, you don't have to have some major. It's just people want to feel connection to you, I think, and hope and build relationship.
Yeah.
At least that's how we view it. We're not looking to make some big production. We're just looking to build community.
We don't have the
time. Someone just asked. I forget. Someone just asked a question, and I tried to log it in there, but ADHD. What was it?
I don't know. I didn't read it.
I'm sorry. I'll remember later, and then I'll. What RV do you have? Right now we have a.
Yeah, it's like, tell us.
Okay, wait. Let me guess. 2014 Fleetwood Bounder.
Wrong. It's a 2003.
Oh.
It is a Fleetwood Bounder. It's the turbo diesel pusher. And the model is 38N. It is the model number.
It's a big baby.
2014 was the travel trailer that we had.
It's an RV and a guest home all in one. Because every single week since we've lived here, people have come down from Washington to see us.
Yeah. What we love about it is it's diesel, so it can tow, and get up the mountains and that kind of stuff pretty well. And it's one of the only ones that I've seen that has a double slide in the main living area. So both sides open up, so it's like massive.
Which is good for our family because we do not like tiny living. That is not our thing at all. We like it because it gets us to the destinations we want to go to.
Yeah.
and it's familiar to the kids, and it just makes it's an easy way to travel. But we are not in the tiny living spectrum.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said they wanted to start a cooking channel. Do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Just do it. You won't regret it. And if you do, I'd rather regret doing something than regret not doing it. Because
Right.
what if?
Because you're never going to look back on your life and wish you had less adventure. That's a good tagline. We should remember that.
Okay, wait. Someone just said that what made them follow us was a silly family video in the kitchen. I don't even know which one it was. I have no idea. I guess.
I love it.
Yeah. I don't know. We're silly.
We have a lot of silly
someone.
videos
That's
in
what the question was.
kitchen.
It just came back to me.
Oh.
Okay, so it's about positivity. How do you guys stay positive?
We fake it completely.
Yeah,
We're miserable.
It's all just a joke.
Just kidding. Sorry.
I hate our life.
Ugh.
We stay positive by not staying stagnant.
Yeah, I think so.
Like life is like God created us to enjoy this world that He gave us. He created us to have a joyful life and to go and spread that to other people and His love and His and all of that. That was not very well dictioned, but that was, you know what I'm
I love
saying.
the words that you're making up tonight.
You know, maybe
That's
it's the
great.
wine. I'm dehydrated.
Well, I think that, like, for one, I think we're both pretty
Words I'm making.
we're both pretty happy people in general, but
Yeah.
but I lost a lot of my joy before we started FFP. I was kind of a miserable person for a few years, and it's because I was kind of just letting my life run me instead of me running my life and being intentional about choosing joy and choosing to do the things that bring me joy and that bring my family joy. So I think that's one of the big reasons is because we what
I was just going to say, we weren't always this joyful for
Yeah.
sure. We had a lot of years of really struggling, like in our marriage and not having joy within the two of us and not connecting at all and not having joy in parenting, just really, really struggling. So
Yeah.
joy is definitely an intentional thing that you have to work for in your life.
Exactly.
It doesn't come easily.
Yeah.
It comes easily to us now for the choices and life that we've made for ourselves, but it's also been a 4-year process of refinding our joy together as a couple, and marriage is hard. People
Mhm.
say that marriage isn't sometimes, and it is hard. Even if you have the most foundational marriage, it's still work, and you still
For
have
sure.
to continue to make strives to choose joy, to find each other, to go back to the foundation of why you started dating and pursue that. So we really have been on a mission for probably the past 4 or 5 years to go back just to the basics.
Absolutely.
Is that fair?
Yep. And I think joy is kind of it can be a relative thing. Like you can choose to be joyful in the situation that you're in. And I know that's a lot easier
Well, you're really good at that.
yeah, I think
I'm
that's
not.
a lot easier to said than done, but it's everybody's in a very different situation, and I think that you can kind of choose you can choose joy. That's something that if it doesn't come naturally to you, it's something that I think is important to choose. It's actually funny. I read half of this book one time because I only read about half of books. But one of the main points of the book was like smile every day because that's gonna automatically just bring you more joy. Like even if you don't
Yeah.
feel like it, just do it, and smile to other people, and that's gonna bring them joy. So I don't know. I think you just got to make those little choices.
Yeah, I would agree. I think naturally Ben is a lot more joyful than I am, but then we balance each other out well in that.
Yeah.
Because I'm so weird, I make you laugh, and
You're
then you
really
laughing
goofy.
makes me laugh,
Right.
and then joy.
And then, boom, joy.
Starbursts. Anyway, okay. Any more questions, or we are gonna wrap this Q&A up?
Hey.
Q&A day, eh? I cannot get over the fact that I've been here. I wonder how long this is
Does
gonna
it keep
last.
freaking you out?
Are you guys Christians? Yes, we are. We are Christians. We actually met at a Christian summer camp. Well, I was the waterfront director, a lifeguard, and he was a paintball director.
I had the best job.
He did.
It
No,
was
actually,
great.
technically I did since I was on the water. It was nice seeing both of you. Thanks for your time today. You're welcome. Thanks for coming, guys. We have
Thanks for all the question. That was fun.
we have a Q&A every first Wednesday of the month. So we will be back next month on the first Wednesday, and we will see you then.
Good night.
Did that have an accent?
Good night. Good night, aye.
Good night. I feel like you need like a little hiccup after that. Bye, guys.
Like that.
I don't know how to leave.
There
Are
you
you sure
go.
you want to stop live streaming? Okay, bye, guys.
Bye-bye.